ABC's The Golden Bachelor.
Jerry Turner, known as the Golden Bachelor, has not only chosen his lady, Teresa Nist, but they've also revealed plans to marry next month. The announcement was made during the After the Final Rose special, and the couple's wedding will be featured on an ABC wedding special on January 4th. Host Jesse Palmer shared that the show would be sending the couple to Italy. Turner expressed a desire to tie the knot quickly, stating, "We're going to do it as quickly as we can because at our age, we don't have a lot of time to waste." I'm John Schaefer.
More people died from suicide in the United States last year than any other year on record, according to data from the CDC. Over 49,000 lives were lost due to intentional self-harm in 2022, more than 14 deaths for every 100,000 people. Men were about 4 times more likely than women to die by suicide, but the suicide rate increased twice as much for women in 2022. I'm Skip Kelly, USA News.
Are you dreaming of a brighter future in the United States? Are you ready to embark on the path to becoming a U.S. citizen? At Priority Immigration, we understand the significance of this journey. The decision to become a U.S. citizen is more than just a legal process. It's a commitment to the principles of freedom, opportunity, and unity. At Priority Immigration Services, we offer a range of resources to empower you on your journey to citizenship. For further information, call or text 754-315-1360.
You're back on the Teddy Smith Show. We have Hilton Dennis right here in the studio. I'm glad you're here with Bishop Manning, the CEO of Omega Radio Network, is joining us right here today. It's a great privilege and pleasure to have you with us today.
It's my great privilege and pleasure to be with you too.
God bless you. How you doing today?
I am good, thank you.
Now that you're here, tell us a little bit about your background and how you became involved with Omega Radio and so forth and so on.
Okay, so I'm in media.
Isn't it fun
to
be in the media?
I'm in media. I live in the diaspora. I'm becoming acquainted with Omega Radio, and it's exciting. The information that's coming across is very exciting.
You know what's exciting?
So,
we're on television.
Yeah, we're on television.
And we're right here with Bishop Manning.
Okay.
And we're going to be talking about the wonderful new radio stations that we're launching in New York City. Bishop Manning, it's a blessing that you're launching some great radio station. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about 740 AM. It's just it's a wonderful station. Yeah. Amen. And it's going to be happening, and we're going to have a telethon and a big celebration here coming up here at Omega Radio Network. And Hilton, tell the world out there about how you got into the media.
Okay, so I have been in media for 3 decades. Or
By the way,
something years, if we want to say.
Well, you like my script, by the way.
Your script is moving along nicely.
Very nice.
It's a virtual script, huh? Yeah,
virtual.
Well. Yeah.
You know, I never, when I was ever on the radio or television, I never believe. I was always taught by people like Joe Franklin in New York City.
Right.
You know, basically some mentors, never to really use scripts or read off of cards or something. It's more authentic to do it this way. You agree?
Right.
So tell us more about your media experience.
Yeah, but of course, because media has some disciplines to it, then sometimes, they go into the script in a formal way.
Exactly.
You have to follow the script.
What do you enjoy most about being in the media world?
Okay. So in the media world, you have freedom of expression. That is the thing that we guard most. Mm-hmm. You are able to be yourself, and you are able to make persons freely express what they want to express. There are no restrictions.
This is like no restrictions because it's live radio.
It's live radio.
It's not voice tracked.
It's not voice tracked.
So a lot of these radio stations, they are voice tracked, but here we are live, with the exception, there aren't too many, unless there's some morning shows out there that are half voice tracked. Some of them are not voice tracked at all. This makes it a lot more personal right here.
Yes, so it gets restricted when there are personal agendas that, you have to restrain those.
Tell us some of the great influences in your life, basically. Who's influenced you in your life? Could you name a person?
So I got involved in media through someone called Mark Ricketts, if you know the name.
Heard the name, yes.
He started a newspaper called the Jamaica Record. Mm-hmm. So I'm always into public advocacy. Mm-hmm. Any kind of injustice gets me very, excited and incensed. Mm-hmm. And we had a hurricane called Gilbert in Jamaica, which was after 1951. Hurricane Gilbert came in 1988. So you look at how many years, a gap of years between Hurricane Charlie in 1951 and Hurricane Gilbert in 1988. And when Hurricane Gilbert hit, a lot of roofs went off, and the insurance companies faced major liabilities, and then they invoked a clause that we call the silent clause
Right.
in the insurance contract called the average clause, and they were saying most people are underinsured, and therefore they were not going to settle claims in full. Now, that was an injustice because that was never invoked before. People would not be able to restore their lives to what it was before the hurricane. So I got involved, I started writing letters to the editor, and then this paper came along, and I started an insurance column every week where these issues could be addressed, So that's how I got involved in media, because at the time I was also working in the insurance industry.
How did you get from the insurance industry into the media industry?
So the
how did that
connection,
come?
the connection was public education. Because insurance is always about restoration, putting you back to the place where you were before a loss. And, if the insurance companies were not going to be honorable in that respect, then, somebody had to stand in between the policyholder and the insurance company. And
Here's
I
a
became that
question for
person.
you,
Yes.
and this is not a script. This is the only script I have basically right here. Is it's 86 degrees in Miami and Fort Lauderdale and Coral Springs right now. That's
Okay.
about all I got. But I would like
Okay.
to tell you one thing, that Omega Radio is launching WNYH Radio 740 AM and 100.7 FM radio in New York City.
Yes.
Congratulations
Yes.
to Omega
Those-
Radio.
Those are sizzling hot frequencies.
They really are.
Yes.
Congratulations to
Yes.
Bishop Manning, who's right here in the studio, and his family,
Indeed.
and everybody.
Yes.
God bless them, and God bless
Yes.
everyone here today. What are some of the things you'd like to see happen, Hilton, in your life in 2024? How's that question for you?
2024, making my way back to media. I've been out of media formally for a while, contributing from the periphery, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But making my way back fully into media would be a great transition for 2024.
By the way, you're great on the radio,
Oh.
also on television too.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
What's your tell us your favorite some of your favorite music?
Oh,
People
yeah.
love to hear about
Oh, yeah.
that.
Okay.
That's
So-
good because we
Right.
play the best
So-
music on this radio station. By the
So
way.
right across the genres, lover of music, great selections and so on. But lately I've been listening to something called the Great American Songbook. I mean, I'm Jamaican, so you expect me to talk about reggae and hip hop and that sort of thing, right? Jazz and blues. I like a lot of jazz and blues. I like a lot of the R&B soul kind of music. Maybe do we go gospel?
Gospel.
Yeah, Sandy Patty, David Phelps. I like
Yeah.
their music. The Gaithers,
Yeah.
right? I like their music. Very inspiring. In fact, every morning I start off, I have my status on WhatsApp or so on. It started off with one of these gospel songs to set the tone for the day. The Gators figure very prominently.
feels
in my
good, right?
selection.
Gives you
It feels
really
good. The Brooklyn
inspiration and-
Tabernacle Choir, they figure, what's the city again? We call it Maverick.
Maverick.
Yes, Maverick. The people who figure prominently. But yeah, I select a lot of music, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So,
so-
that was just intuition, right? You just knew to
Yeah,
ask me
well,
about the
that's-
music by intuition.
That is absolutely
Yes,
right.
okay.
And what else would you like to see happen in 2024 in your family or other than the media? Any other suggestions or advice you could
Yeah.
give to our audience out here today? How's that?
I'm on Omega Radio, and from I was a kid, we have been singing "It Must Be Time for the Lord to Come." I hear the people say, right?
Would like to say us a
The
prayer?
stars of heaven are growing dim. It must be the breaking of the day. I want people to be more ready in a serious way for the coming of the Lord, because it will occur. The Lord is going to return. We know not when, but the signs are always there of the imminence of it. So, I would like to know that the ministry of Omega and all the others who join, in ministry will have the effect.
Now-
I'm a Gideon, as well.
Right.
I've been involved in the ministry, and as soldiers of the gospel, I want us to make a greater impact. on saving lives and winning souls.
If people want to reach you, or on WhatsApp or any other electronic device, if you will, or social media site, kind of big these days,
Well,
right?
they can find me very easily on Facebook. And I use my own name. So I would think that's the easiest place.
How do you
or
like-
LinkedIn or any of those.
How do you, so under Hilton Dennis?
Yes, I use my own name.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you like the way media's changed in terms of technology in these last couple of years? What do you think?
I think technology has allowed us to reach more people more easily. It has allowed more people to be involved in media. We talk about community journalism and that sort of thing. So the flow of information has improved and increased. I am not threatened by social media versus conventional media. If we're creative enough, technology is a facilitator. Okay, technology. If we even call it a disruptor, it would be a positive thing if we handled it the way it's supposed to be handled. So I think that it has been for the good.
Do you have a favorite movie? No, I don't know how I just transitioned into a movie.
Well, I'm a historian too. I should tell you, I'm a heritage historian. Okay.
Good.
With touches on archaeology and that sort of thing. So my double major is history, heritage, minor international relations. So those Indiana Jones movies. yeah, those are my. I like the Indiana Jones.
Any
movies.
particular favorite football player you like?
Are we talking about NFL or soccer?
Either way.
Okay, so I would more lean on the side of soccer because I'm still heavily, into that. Coming from Pele, it's always going to be Brazilian. Pele, for me,
Right.
all-time greatest. People would now talk about the Maradonas and the,
Now, listen,
Yeah.
is there any, Mr. Hilton, is there any question that you didn't think of so far that I could ask you? Any question that
Any
I could ask
question
you?
that you could ask me.
Yes.
Okay, what brought me here today?
What brought you here today? How's that?
Well, they say curiosity kills a cat.
Well,
Yeah, so Bishop piked my curiosity.
well, you're certainly
Yes.
it's a great experience to have you
Yes.
here today. God bless you. I'm glad you made it down here,
Yes.
and wouldn't be the same without having you in here today, because this is quite a treat to have you here.
Thank you
Praise
very
the
much.
Lord, praise Jesus, and praise your family,
Yes.
and anything else you'd like to add to this interview before we move on to some Christmas music.
Well, I just know that the Lord is going to bless this ministry. And He's going to bless many lives, many hearts through it. And yeah, I want to be part of it. I say that on air, because I see that the vision is right. And I see that the, blessings are going to flow.
Well, blessings to you.
Okay. To God be the glory, we say.
Blessings, and have a wonderful year.
Okay. You
Happy
too.
holidays.
Thank you, Teddy.
Thank you. Well, we got at least part of Bill Withers in here. Lean on me right here on Omega Radio Network.